Hi, I'm Beryl, and in today's video, we are going on a field trip to Uganda. With that in mind, the artist of today is Colin Sekajugo. He's a multidisciplinary artist based out of Uganda. I found his work online and was just blown away. It is absolutely beautiful. I am leaving a link to where you can check out his other work and follow him on Instagram. Okay, let's get out of my living room. Welcome to Kampala, the capital of Uganda. We are here to learn about the Rolex, the king of Ugandan street food. But before we eat, let's chat about Uganda. You know you have to learn something, right? Where's my notebook? According to the United Nations, Kampala is the third fastest growing city in the world. And it's located here, in the southern part of the country, just north of Lake Victoria, Africa's largest freshwater lake. Colonized by the British in 1894, Uganda won back its independence on October 9th, 1962.
And to replace the Union Jack, the black, gold, and red flag of the new young state, Uganda is born again, free and independent.
Uganda is known perhaps most famously for the fact that it's home to half of the world's mountain gorillas. They're found here, in Bwindi Impenetrable National Park. You might know it from the 1988 film starring Sigourney Weaver called Gorillas in the Mist. Now, when it comes to food, the culinary landscape is diverse. You will, of course, find staples like potatoes, beans, plantains, and cassava. But you'll also find influence from Indian and Arabic cultures that add a little twist to contemporary foods, which brings us back to the Rolex. To tell this story, I reached out to Fahad Simbwa. He's a filmmaker in Kampala.
My name is Fahad Simbwa, and I'm from Kampala, Uganda. Rolex is a part of everyone's growth, everyone's life through school, your first job. I don't know any Ugandan who doesn't like a Rolex, like who hasn't eaten one. It's not a cultural thing. We have very many cultures here, but in Uganda, a Rolex cuts across all cultures. Like it's the one thing every culture eats. Like that's how cool it is. Most of the other foods are not eaten by certain cultures here, but a Rolex is eaten by every culture. Everyone. What up? Hey, good day. My hope is that everyone who subscribes to this channel can, learn something about a Rolex and maybe try it at home. You may not get it right the first time, but you should really try it at home.
Okay, let's get started.
Amanya gange nze mbagala Asmani, tukola Rolex, tukola Kikomando, pizza. Rolex gabeera magi na chapati. Rolex tukuba amagi, tusikiramu ebirungo, cabbage, nyanya, butungulu. Then ne tubikuba ne tubitabula nteekako, ne tubiwa ku frying pan ne butto. Ne tuteekako ne chapati, then ne tubiroolinga.
The dish was originally called rolled eggs, but foreigners heard Rolex, and somehow the name just stuck. It's hard to pinpoint where exactly the Rolex came from, but it did emerge in the 90s and gained popularity when a chapati maker named Sula started making it outside of a famous university. And it became so famous that even Trevor Noah weighed in on it. Now, the Rolex is beloved for a few reasons, but the biggest one is its price.
Rolex is eri nnomo wane waffe buli omu gy'amanyi Rolex etandikira ku 1,500 majja chapati emu. Bannayuganda bangi kizibu nnyo osanga wane waffe Uganda omuntu nga tayagala Rolex. Osanga n'omukadde oli ow'omukyalo eri ewaffe nga naye era awulira ayagala Rolex.
Amanya gange bampita bya Lwanga Master David. Akadiryangako ojja nenkuyigiriza kuba erina obuwomu bw'amaanyi. Nzekagonda
mwesi boyisi girabangako. Owomu obutagambika.
ate zima n'omubiri nga bondaba kanyama kereya.
Bangi ne bagiryako kuba ffe wano abazungu bangi bajja ate kizibu nnyo okuva eri ebweru n'ojja wano n'olya ku Rolex ya wano ogiryako omulundi gumu buli kiseera gy'oba oyagala.
Okay, I'm sold. Let's make it. Okay, so this is everything that you need to make the Rolex. And you want to start by just obviously chopping up the vegetables. So the cabbage and your onions and your tomatoes, kind of like, I don't know, just normal chop size, professional. I'm cracking the egg with a knife, which feels kind of cooler than normal, and whisking 2 eggs together. Adding in all of the toppings now. La la la. Oh, and some salt. And this is like a thick omelet. This is the frozen chapati that I buy. This is actually like a really nice brand. They come frozen in these little discs and you just have to heat them up on a hot pan and they'll puff up and it's just very easy to make. Foolproof, in fact. I'm putting the omelet on the same pan in some hot oil. Can she flip it? She can! The crowd goes wild. Perfect egg procedure. Okay, so here I did realize that the egg was bigger than the chapati, so I cut it out, but don't worry, I did not waste it. I ate the hot egg with my fingers on the side. Rolling it up tight like a cigar, because I want to have a really nice cross section, and I do. It's perfect. All right, we've got the Rolex here, and to be honest, this is really reminding me of an Indian kati roll. And if you've ever had that, it's pretty much this, but when I had it with egg, it was just plain egg. So I think that this is going to be a lot better. Also, I just want to say my roll is looking pretty nice. Yes. Oh, this is like a perfect food. It's like a good, flavorful, salty, crunchy omelet. Omelets with cabbage are just so far superior, and I feel like, in America at least, cabbage in your omelet is not normalized, and it really needs to be because it's so good. I love this. I like chapatis, they're not that dense. If you can't get them, honestly, like, any type of flatbread works to emulate this. It's in essence like another version of a tortilla, just like different types of flour. If you do want to get a chapati, definitely look at your local Indian grocery store or any sort of African grocery stores. You can find them frozen or freshly made. Obviously these were frozen. I could definitely eat a couple of these. Making street food at home is fun. You use more oil than you're used to cooking with, and man, cooking eggs in oil is just the better way to do it. Okay, we're having to film this outro on another day because life got in the way, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for recommending that I look into this. I have since had the Rolex twice for breakfast, so I give it 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up. One of the ways that I'm able to work with freelancers around the world, like Fahad, is through support from all of you on Patreon. And on Patreon, I have a book club, and this month the book is This Place, 150 Years Retold. This is an anthology of 10 different Canadian Indigenous writers about the experience of Indigenous communities in Canada. It is a beautiful book, and I'm halfway through it, and it's really quite powerful. We are going to be meeting on August 14th to talk about it, and I'm leaving a link in the description for where to get the book and how to be a part of my Patreon. I'm also leaving links to how to make the Rolex and a bunch of other information. So with that, look in the description, and thanks for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Ta-ta.